Hi everybody, my name is Nick Shea and I'm going to be an instructor for MATH-140-NC. This is College Algebra Online at COTC, Fall Semester 2015. This video is just to go through some of the basics of your course site and how you can access some things. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but please do watch the whole video because there's some really important information here. The first thing I want to show you how to do is to get to our course page. And you're going to do that by going to my.cotc.edu. And when we do that, it's going to ask us to log in, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once we get logged in, what I want to point your attention to is so this will access your email. There's other important campus resources and stuff available. You can look for classes over here. But in this box right here, as soon as it loads, it's going to show us our Moodle courses, and that's going to take us to Moodle. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And you can see that we have 15 Autumn College Algebra right here in this box. If it doesn't show up here, just go ahead and click on one of the courses and it's going to connect to Moodle, and then what we're going to go ahead and see is our Moodle course shows up. If you go ahead and click My Courses, that's going to take you back to the main page. I'm going to go ahead and change this to Student View so I can show you what it looks like on your end. Let me switch the role to Student. So this is what it's going to look like for you. Again, I don't know why week 7 is open right now. I'm going to go ahead and fix that here real quick. But right now you should see a Getting Started folder. The syllabus is up here. I've got instructions for how to register for MathXL, and then your week 1 folder is right here with a bunch of videos and notes as well. So I'm going to pull up the syllabus. Let's take a quick look at the syllabus. So there are the standardized course syllabus is what you're going to take if you want to transfer to another college, but we're going to focus on this one right here so that we can take a look at the specific syllabus for our course. And it brings this page up, and you can see that my email is here. If you guys are close to the Newark campus or the Pataskala campus, I'd be happy to meet you in person if you want to work on some math stuff. Just because you're an online student doesn't mean that I can't work with you face-to-face. So. Here's the stuff on the required materials. You have to have a MathXL access code. That's where all our homeworks and quizzes and stuff are going to be. All this stuff in here you can go ahead and read. They're just general college policies. There are 2 sets of homeworks due each week. The first set is going to be due on Thursday night, and then the other set is going to be due on Sunday night. Often we see people wait until the end of the semester to start a homework, so it's really important you get in there and work on that homework early, so that's why we set 2 different due dates. You can work on homework late, but you'll receive a 20% penalty, and you only have a week to work on that late. Online quizzes are in MathXL. I'll send you an email more about those later, but you get to take each quiz twice. Online tests, there are 2 online tests. They're each worth 30 points. You're going to be coming in, again, read this note about online tests and quizzes. If your computer freezes, that counts as one of your attempts. The formula sheet is available. I'll show you where that's at. You're welcome to use that for the proctored tests. There's the 1 extra credit assignment is in the week 1 Introduce Yourself folder. There's discussion posts in Moodle each week. I'll send you emails on course announcements. Please use your last name, the correct last name, the one that's on Moodle, so I can tell who you are. Here's the breakdown. You have to get 504 points in this course. There's no rounding up, so you have to get 504 points to pass the course. Definitely print this syllabus. There's this nice week-by-week checkpoint. Make sure you check all these boxes off so you know what's in these different sections. And what's being due each week. So there's different homeworks. And then on the last page, as we scroll down, here's my office hours and where they are. Again, I encourage you to get in. There's also math lab hours. I'll be sending those to you. And then here's the instructions for how to register for MathXL. If you've taken a MathXL course before, all you need to do is log in and click on your name and then go to enroll in a course. But for those of you who are new, to do our homework and most of the work that's going to be in this course. Again, some of the weekly stuff is going to be in Moodle. Let me just show you. So in week 1, you can see all the videos and stuff are here, but all the homework you're going to be doing outside of class is going to be in MathXL. Make sure you click in the Getting Started and do the Introduce Yourself. Again, all the syllabi are here. Here are the blank version of the notes that we're going to be doing in the videos, so if you want to work along, and I strongly suggest you do that, go ahead and print the blank ones rather than the completed ones. And then you see we've got the videos and notes through here. So let's go over to MathXL and let's take a look. So MathXL, you're going to go ahead and click Register as a student. Okay, register now. This is if you have not taken a math class with us in the last year. If you have, then you're just going to go ahead and log in and click on your name. I'll show you that in a second. Either yes or no, I need to buy an access code. We continue. Please make sure that you're using your COTC email for this. So then we go to I accept. And then we can put this access code. You will find this access code right here. This is the course ID for, I'm sorry, the access code is the one on your, if you buy your code from the bookstore. If not, then you're going to go ahead and just put in your credit card information. If you have a Pearson account, you can go ahead and log in. But for some of you, let me show you real quick how this is going to look if you've taken a course with MathXL before. Go ahead and sign in. And then after you get logged in, go ahead and click right up here, and it will allow you to enroll in a course, and you can just go ahead and enroll in that course. If not, just walk through the steps at the very beginning, and that will work for you. So I'm going to send you some text in this email that talks about some study skills. The main thing is do not procrastinate. You need to be coming back to this material multiple times during the week. That's why we broke the homework assignments up. So let me go ahead and show you what these look like. So when you're working in, let me get to our course. When you're working in Math-140 online, here's our course. And when you click on homework and tests, this is where you're going to be doing the majority of the homeworks. If you notice, 1A is going to have all the view and examples and stuff. So when you click on section 1A, there's only 13 problems. And these have all of the resources that are normally available if you've taken 140 before, but there is so there's a view an example button that you can click that's going to help you out and kind of walk through this with you. And that's helpful because, again, if you're having trouble with a problem. But what I notice is that students really tend to use that as a security blanket, and if you're clicking on view an example, it's really easy for you to just mirror what they're doing and not really be learning what you're doing. So when we go back and we take a look at the other assignment, so this first section is going to be due on the 3rd, which is, the 3rd is next Thursday. Sorry, I minimized that. So that's due next Thursday, and then if you go back to homework and tests, you see that both the quiz and the second portion of this homework is due on Sunday at 11 p.m. Now when you go to this one and we take a look, while there is a video and an animation, the view an example button is no longer there. I mean, the reason for that is because, again, we want to see if you can do these without those helps. You need to be able to do these problems without helps, because when you go to the quiz, those helps aren't there. You can always click Ask My Instructor a Question, and that's going to send me an email of what you're struggling with. Always feel free. If you're missing a bunch of problems, that's a good place to go. Up here is the section that we're working with. So if you don't know how to do these problems, go to section 1.1 in Moodle and take a look. Let me just show you. If we go to section 1.1 in Moodle, this is where we cover that stuff. So this is where we do the graphing calculator and coordinate system video. So you can find the notes to these specific sections by following that number right there. So this has gone on long enough. I think I've covered most of what I want to cover. If there's anything else you need from me, let me know. Again, just because this is an online course, I want to stress that I am available and I want to do everything I can to help you succeed in this course. So best of luck.